guys, how's it going? We are back again for episode 4. Hey, we did it.
Hey,
Yeah.
episode 4.
Yeah, episode 10, I feel like we gotta do something. We gotta do something like fun.
We will.
Make it into double digits. But welcome back, y'all. Welcome to another episode of elnochepodcast. I am your host, co-host. I'm a guy.
Say the name.
Raemon.
Oh my God. I'm Michelle.
And
I'm just a girl.
yeah, I'm just a girl. All right, yeah, and we are.
Don't do that. No doubt's gonna sue us.
Nah, they'll love us. No doubt if you're out there, bless us, please, with a shout out.
Oh my God.
We would like to discuss today what's the movie,
Yes.
Michelle.
Oh my God. I am so excited.
Uh-huh.
We're covering As Above, So Below. I already know so many people have been looking forward to this episode the minute they found out we were covering it. But I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I think you should go first to start. Like, have you seen this movie before?
I have seen it. I've seen it a couple times. I think this might have been my third or fourth time watching it. Guys, if you are curious as to how you can watch this movie, it is free on YouTube, but I don't know if it's free for just anybody or premium. So don't quote me on that, but it is free to watch on YouTube. Definitely if you have premium, but it's up there. And I think for a free movie, you should check it out.
Yeah, funny enough, when it came out in theaters, it didn't do so well, but it got a cult following afterwards, and it like blew up even more when it was on Netflix like years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a great movie. I love this movie.
How many
This
times
is
have you
not my
watched it?
first time watching it.
Okay, there you go.
My first time watching it was with Sarah. Sarah is the one who introduced me to this movie, and I was like, oh my God, this movie is amazing. And I've watched it plenty of times since. If I had to give it a rating, for me, it's 4.5 stars out of
Really?
5.
Yeah, I think my first time watching it was on Netflix. I don't think I've seen it in theaters. But yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's a good movie. For me, I think it's about a 4. Yeah, I don't know if it's a 4.5 or anything. I was going to say 3.5 stars, but
I gave it a high star, and you're like, I can't look
no,
at
no,
this
no,
bitch.
not even that. I was thinking about it more, I guess, because like I'm a little biased when it comes to like things like the Philosopher's Stone and like those types of like ancient kind of things.
Are
like,
you a Philosopher's Stone Nile or something?
No, it's like I just think it's interesting. I like alchemy, so
Oh yeah.
yeah,
No, for sure.
I read a lot of well, I didn't read a lot of books. I'm not gonna be like I'm some fucking like expert on on alchemy or anything.
You're not on the nerd level of this movie.
Yeah, but I
characters.
did some research for like, the Philosopher's Stone and just alchemy in general and stuff. So when I saw that this movie was, about the Philosopher's Stone, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like I want to see like, what it's about. And it was cool.
Yeah.
So I'm a little biased to that. So I think it gets like a little bit of a higher rating for me, but it might not be a 4 for everyone.
Yeah. So for me, I'm more of a sucker for Dante's Inferno's like type of stuff. Like your Philosopher's Stone, me, Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, I'm the same too. I love Dante's Inferno. Yeah, go on.
But like before we get into it, let's give like some things about this movie. Again, As Above, So Below came out in 2014, and it is a found footage film. I'll get into my love-hate for found footage after all of this. It's about when a team of explorers venture into the catacombs that lie beneath the streets of Paris. They uncover the dark secret that lies within the city of the dead. Directed by John Eric Dwaddle and co-written with his brother Drew Dwaddle. It stars Perdita Weeks as Scarlett, Ben Feldman as George, Edwin Hodge as Benji, and that's like the American like kind of characters, except Scarlett. Scarlett's British, and then we have the French team. Francois Civil as Papillon, Marion Lambert as Susie, and Ali Maryar as Zed. And they're like the main characters. There's other characters as well, but I'm doing the video and I don't want to have to look for all these characters. Interesting enough, the director, John Eric Dwaddle, he directed the Poughkeepsie tapes, which is one I do want to cover, but just to like kind of give you a heads up, Ramon, it is a little fucked up movie. And there's like one scene that I'm like, ooh, you know. He also did the Spanish remake of Wreck, Quarantine.
Oh yeah, Record.
It was just called Wreck in Spanish.
Oh okay, yeah, I've seen both. Yeah,
yeah. He also, I didn't know this because it's always been like put as like M. Night Shyamalan movie, and it's Devil.
Devil's good. That's the one that they're in elevator, right?
Elevator, yeah.
Yeah, that one surprised me actually. Pretty good.
And then, funny enough, this is a movie that Aisha recommended to me a while back, and it's No Escape with Owen Wilson. He did that movie too.
Wait, is that a horror movie?
No, it's an like action.
Oh, okay.
Disaster movie.
Oh, okay.
It's the one where like they're trying to get away from like a tsunami or something.
Oh no, that one's sick. Actually, have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh man, that one's good. That one's really good.
I know.
Okay.
I know it's good because Aisha is like, you should watch it.
Yeah,
and I was like,
good.
damn, Aisha.
I was like, that ain't no scary movie, is it? 'Cause I was like, that's my wife. Like, she don't watch those scary movies. She would never suggest a horror movie.
But yeah, so yeah, I love this movie a lot. I'm a sucker for Tomb Raiders, Dante's Inferno kind of stuff. Like if we had to like describe this movie, it's like if you took the Lara Croft series and Uncharted, like because it's history buffs trying to find an ancient historical artifact, but you just take out the gunfight play, you know?
You remember how, I don't know if any of our listeners have played Uncharted, but at least in the first 2 Uncharted games, there always some supernatural element to it, like by the end of the game. And this movie is if you just had that supernatural element to it without like, you know, shooting a bunch of people in the face.
No, for sure. And
the
I think
witty
like
jokes.
the Tomb Raider has that too.
Yeah, Tomb Raider does
like
that.
it just gets a supernatural element. Another thing that I'm also a sucker for is the catacombs. Like if I ever go to Paris, like I'm not gonna visit the Eiffel Tower or like any of the other stuff. I'm gonna visit the catacombs and museums and maybe a couple of cathedral churches because they're always like nicely done.
Yeah, I like that kind of like gothic architectures and stuff like that. And the catacombs seems like really cool. Like I would like to visit that at least one time in my lifetime.
I know.
You know, maybe podcast do well. We could take a trip out there. We could do a little recording and stuff.
People, when we start getting money, you're funding this trip. Yeah, I'm just like a huge sucker just for all of this. And I think I just like when the characters are like trying to figure out how to get further into hell, metaphorically and physically speaking. I enjoyed the characters a lot.
I don't know. I feel like I'm on the fence, or I was on the fence about a lot of the characters. Like you meet Scarlett in the beginning of the movie, and immediately I kind of like, oh, I don't like you, man. Because like so right away the movie is like, it shows you her character right off the jump, and she does not care about like who life she puts in danger or anything like that. And I'm just like, dude, what? Like, what is that? The guy's like, hey, they're about, because I don't know if you want to get into the movie.
We can't get into it yet. We gotta wait. Okay. But I will say, so like, it's a very Lara Croft quality, at least like in the 2013 series games, you know, where it's just like she's also putting herself in danger. It's just she's not taking into account the people that she's with a lot of times. And I agree, it is a little shitty, but she is funny and like she has a charm to her, and I do like her. You know, there's moments where I'm like, Scarlett, no. You know, but again, I guess like more George is more, as much as he hates it, like he's also like just all about it too.
Yeah. Once he's down there, he ain't got no choice, right? Like, but he reminds me of Roth from Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I have like when we get into it, I'll talk about him more. Benji, he's just there for the ride because he's trying to make a documentary. I'm pretty sure he wasn't expecting to be put in the situation he's put.
Yeah.
And then with the French team, there's a term for them, and they're called cataphiles. And they're and they're urban explorers who illegally tour the mines of Paris, which is pretty cool. But would I ever do it? No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not claustrophobic, but I think it's more of a fear of getting crushed.
Oh, okay.
You
Like
know what I
being like
mean?
kind of like being buried alive or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like more of the fear. Like I can go like if like, Halloween Horror Nights or like a haunted house has like a tight thing,
Mm-hmm.
I can get through it fine. It's if there's a moment where I feel like something's gonna come down on me, that's when I start to freak out.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I think it's more so of the feeling like I can go into cramped spaces, but I think if it's closed in and there's no way out, that's when I freak out. So being in a box and just stuck in a box, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that kind of freaks me out. And there's like a Junji Ito story. It's called The Enigma of Amigata Fault.
Is it the
Like,
one with
it's the one with the people shaped holes, and everyone has like a hole that's specifically made for themselves. And as soon as you go into this hole, it gets like more narrow and narrow to the point where you literally can't get out. And so you're just trapped there forever in the wall. Yeah. I'm like, bro, that right there is kind of wow. That's like my favorite story of like the Junji Ito series. And that kind of stuff, that horror is like the type of thing that scares me. Like that and like possession movies, because those are like a little bit rooted into like realism, you know? And I'm
I
just
think
like,
for me, I'm more scared of home invasion movies.
ooh, like Hush. That one's great.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Which we'll cover one day. Yeah, I think like to kind of go back with like I would be fine in a closed box. It's the minute I start hearing things dropping on the box that I'm gonna freak out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like oh yeah, I don't like that. Yeah.
And then I would need the little bell string to like ding, 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 get me out. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Fuck, I lost my train of thought.
It's okay.
Oh, found footage.
There it
You
is.
know what? Let me get into my love-hate for found footage. So I love this movie, even though it's found footage, because it's pretty well done and
Yeah.
like the camera stuff makes sense.
It does. Yeah.
Benji has his handheld and then he apparently like hooked up the headlamps with little cameras so that it cuts, I think it's just like this is a found footage, so that means someone put this movie together. And then
Right.
I'm like wondering like who the fuck put the movie together?
Yeah.
You
Like,
know?
it just kind of makes sense with this one because it's like, oh, there's somebody that's going to put it together. Who knows, right? But yeah.
And then like for me, my least favorite parts of the found footage is when the found footage has interview parts, because sometimes it's too much or like fake interview kind of thing. Like sometimes like I lose the character that I'm watching and it just doesn't feel like a real person that's talking, and then I'm like, oh, this is I see the fakeness.
You think it takes you out of the
immersion.
Yeah, the immersion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I think like there's some that's good, right? But I think my issue with the found footage stuff that this movie kind of sets itself apart with is the fact that they all are really slow burns. Like they're really slow. And then like when the shit hits the fan, it's always like towards the end and you're like, oh man, I wish this was like throughout the whole movie, But it takes some dedication for the viewer to get into it. And like for me, when it comes to like anything like games, TV shows or anything, I'm like, all right, I'll give you like an episode to hook me, or I'll give you like maybe a couple minutes to hook me if I'm playing a game or something like that. But like if it doesn't,
no, you gotta do at least 2 episodes.
Like maybe I'll give it that grace, you know what I mean? If I sense that the plot is like, oh, okay, I kind of dig that, I could deal with that, then I'll give it a second episode. But I usually, I'm like 3 episodes. Come on, like if you haven't hooked anybody by then, like what are we doing,
Yeah. I think it's hard with TV shows now. That's the problem with TV shows now, is because they're so short in quantity. And so like, yeah, you're right. Like for me, it's like if you can't hook me in 2 episodes, I don't think I'm going to continue.
Yeah.
Because the first episode is obviously like it's a pilot or like a remake of the pilot. And so like you're kind of getting introduced a little to the story and the characters. And then it's in the second episode that you're starting to get into everything. So I agree with you. But yeah, I think another thing is like if a found footage breaks the fourth wall. And when we cover Late Night with the Devil, this is the movie where it's like I enjoyed the beginning parts, and then there's certain parts where I'm like, that doesn't make sense. But okay. So when we get into that movie, you'll hear it. But yeah, I really love this movie. And kind of gonna talk about this right now, and then we'll get into the spoilers. Because it kind of sets up the movie. I have the Dante's Inferno book. I bought it at Barnes & Noble's recently, and like I remember reading it in college, and I remember reading a modernized version of Dante's Inferno, which was also really good, and I kind of want to look for it later. But I was looking into it because I was just like, there was certain stuff that stood out that when we get to that part, I'll explain. But I believe that the circle that they're at is the 8th level, because the 8th circle of hell is for people who committed fraud. And there's like many different types of fraud. I'll get into one of them when we're like later in it, but it's weird because like there's circles, and then in the circles, there's like subdivisions, right? And the 10th subdivision is for alchemists.
Yes.
So because alchemists are committing fraud against God by trying to be like God by like using chemistry to change things. So that was like the biggest thing when I was like kind of going through the book real quick, and I was just like, oh my God, that's actually pretty cool. Oh, and then another thing that I recently learned, and I think I knew about it for a while when I was looking into this movie, but this is the first film that Paris gave permission for them to film in the catacombs.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Yeah, there's like a couple cool things about the movie. So like the title of the movie, As Above So Below, is, I guess it's a paraphrase from the actual like the emerald tablet that I guess she saw in the movie or something like that, or
something
reference.
Like that.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna say I'm gonna try and say this word, but you gotta help me out. But I think it was called the Smaragdin Table. Is a compact cryptic text traditionally attributed to the legendary Hellenistic figure Hermes. So yeah, it's like some really cool stuff that you guys should check out. I'm not going to get into it because we're not talking about that, but yeah, like look up the Emerald Tablet, and that stuff is really cool. Really cool read.
Yeah, I think the other thing is like that stuck out to me with this movie too is that everything they're doing is made from another nerd who's also like a history mythology nerd. And so like there's like a combination of just like Jewish and like Islamic, but also Egyptian.
Greek.
It's just like just random Egyptian, just like there we are, okay. And it's just all put together, like kind of just like it's very Resident Evil in a way, where it's just like get the blue key, but that blue key is in the vulture's mouth, and you have to figure out how to open the vulture's mouth so that you can use the blue key to open the tomb. But there's other keys to also, it's like stupid shit like that.
Very video gamey, very escape room-esque type of movie,
But yeah, man. We can get into spoilers now. So
spoilers.
Raemon, do the noise.
Spoilers.
Yeah, like you were saying in the beginning, like right off the bat, we're introduced to Scarlett, and we're seeing the type of person she is.
Yes.
And she's currently in Iran because she found out that the Rose Key is located there.
Yeah.
I didn't go deep diving
I didn't
any of this stuff a lot,
I'm sure
there's some things where
thing.
I was like, there's some things that I did pull up so that we can talk about when we get to it, but there's other more qualified people that can cover this.
Yes.
But yeah, so like she's meeting up with like, I guess like a friend of her dad's, or family friend, I guess would be the term. And to get into a cave system that's about to get blown up.
Yeah. And then like she goes into this cave system, And she comes to this wall that has like some writing and stuff like that on it. And then she breaks it. And the guy was like, bro, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, they're going to blow it up anyway. You're like, all right, well, I guess. But at the
She
same
makes a good
time,
point.
yeah, like it is what it is. But it still kind of tells you about like her nonchalant like attitude towards like danger kind of thing.
Because she
Or
wants to
just,
get to the truth.
yeah, or
man,
just
the
how
truth.
headstrong she is to find information no
Yeah.
matter the cost kind of thing. So she does that and she breaks down the wall. She gets to this rose key thing and it's just like this like
It's
Egyptian
just a giant big bull.
with a bunch of like writing and stuff like that on it. She's
Which
like,
is Aramaic is what we learned.
yes. And so she's like scanning the writing and stuff. And while she's doing this, the guy that she's with is like, hey, we gotta go, man. Like we gotta get the hell out of here. Like there's like patrol officers are here. I can hear them. Like, and I have a family. They're about to blow this shit, you know, and like you can hear the countdown in the background.
I feel like the patrols are gone at that point because if they're about to blow up, well, no one would be down.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like they definitely escaped some patrols, but I think that was like the last patrol before she like
Yeah.
had to break down the wall.
Yeah, so she's like doing it, and this guy's like, yo, I have a family, like, I gotta go. And
I mean, she did say like, just go, and I'll be right behind you.
Yeah, so he's gone, and then she's still, you know, scanning all of the lettering, making sure she gets everything, and then like on her way out, she hallucinates and she sees like some guys hanging from the noose.
We learned pretty early on
is.
that like
Yeah,
that her dad committed suicide.
yeah,
He was like the big, what's the word? Like the person that knew everything about like the Philosopher's Stone and all
Yeah.
that. And I think like for me, like I feel like her dad's death is kind of the reason why she's so bullheaded about trying to find it and like putting others in danger, you know?
yeah.
Because like he committed suicide. She's trying to prove he wasn't crazy. You know, the trope that we see.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then so like obviously she escapes and
she goes.
the scene next is we're introduced to Benji, who is making a documentary about her trying to find the Philosopher's Stone. I like Benji.
Benji is great, but my take on Benji, I'm like, dude, like this director does not like Benji's character. Like for whatever reason, I'm like, bro, Benji had the worst time out of everybody. And I was like, man, black people don't do these things, man. Like I was like, man, brother, come on, bro. Like later on in the movie, I was just like, dude, yeah, you should have just been like, all right, here's the video tape, like here's all the camera stuff that you need. You go ahead and do it. Give me the footage.
I know, right? He should have been like, you go record. But listen, he decided to go into those caves.
He did.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't expecting a lot of the cave stuff. It's just like later on, like they do a little tour of the catacombs, but we'll get to that. But yeah, but Benji's nice.
Benji's great, man. He's a great character. I think he was also like for me at least, he was probably one of the better actors like for the time that he's been in there because I felt like his scenes felt more so than the other.
I think if I remember reading, because it was like a quick skim, is that actor, Edwin Hudge, he does have a bit of a claustrophobia. And so, but he was down to do it because they had to do like a test to kind of see how they handle claustrophobic stuff. And so like that scene later on with the bone tunnel, as I like to call it, I think it was like one part acting, one part I'm really
like I'm
having
serious
a hard
about
time.
that. That's why I was like, damn, that's good, dude. I was like getting nervous for him.
Yeah, and so like we learned that Scarlett has a degree in archaeology, chemistry, and symbology. She also speaks like several languages, but she doesn't know the language of what's on the bull statue.
Yeah, I think she said she speaks 2 dead languages or something like that.
And 4 live languages, I guess. I'm assuming one of them is French because she speaks French.
Good at it.
And so like she knows someone that could translate the Aramaic, and that's when we are introduced to George when they go to the church where he's secretly fixing the bell tower or the clock tower.
A bell tower.
It's like both, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's like both.
Yeah. Which Like, just to kind of like in that scene, to jump ahead a little bit, when we learned that it hasn't rung for like, what is it, like
200.
284
Mm-hmm.
years, I imagine the French people are like, it is doom, it is doom.
Yeah.
And there's like a thing for me, and like when we talk about it later, I feel it's like a foreshadowing of that big loud sound, especially when they're in the hell part.
Mm.
You know what I
It's
mean?
like more of a distorted bell sound kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like a little foreshadowing. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
like as above, so below, Ramon.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
But we get introduced to George, and he is not happy to see Scarlett
No,
because
because
she
Scarlett,
fucking abandoned his
yeah,
ass in Turkey.
in Turkey, left him in a Turkish prison.
That's
Crazy.
rough. She's like, it's a jail. It's just like, is there
Yeah,
a
in
difference?
Turkey. Like I'm assuming that the jails in Turkey aren't great. Because
Yeah, I
he
feel like it's more stricter.
yeah.
I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, it's more like a little rough around it. I mean,
It's a
not.
little
I mean,
rougher.
it's jail, right? Like but it's probably the more intense version of jail, maybe, because
Yeah.
he seemed like really upset about it, but he's still kind of cordial, especially when she tells him that she found the rose key, and he was like,
Hmm, hmm.
"Wait, you found what? Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, she's crazy. Oh, look at you." It was like, oh, okay. So I guess, I guess it's more telling to his character too, where he's like, yeah, I still have a soft spot for her. I'm going to give her a
Mhm.
hard time, but like, dang, she actually did it. She actually found the
Yeah.
thing.
I think it's a little bit of like he has a soft spot for her,
Mm-hmm.
but he's also a huge nerd like her about
Yeah.
the Philosopher's Stone and all that. Because
Mm-hmm.
like the minute she was just like, I found the rose key, and he was just like, oh, it was in Iran, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, wait, I have so many questions, and she's like, don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, man. And then again, the church bells.
Which I thought was cool. I wonder if that is like, I mean, I'm sure that's a real place. I wonder if there's like a broken bell tower there in France, or not. Was it? It was in France, right? They were in France at the time.
Paris is France,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I know Paris is France. Come on. What the fuck? What?
Yes, they're in Paris already.
Guys, you see how Michelle tried me just now, right? Y'all saw that. Y'all were witness. Y'all was a witness to that.
I went to the school of Robert Schilling.
I meant like in the setting of the movie, I was like, oh, did she already get to like Paris at the time? Like France.
Yes,
Okay,
she
all
did.
right.
Because they spoke to that one archaeologist in French.
Yeah. Okay, so dang, dog. Yeah, I wonder if that's like an actual bell tower that's like not working or something like that. But like if
Maybe.
they really haven't heard like a bell tower in like 284 years, it's like, oh, that's cool. I mean, America don't really have stuff like that here, Bunch
Yeah,
of,
we're modernizing everything.
yeah,
And
it
it's just
sucks.
like, no, the history, the character.
Yeah, we're also not as old as, other countries, but
Aren't we about to celebrate our
or
200th,
250th?
250th?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, it's almost as long as that bell tower
Yeah,
got
literally.
ringing.
Fucking bell tower is 30 years older than the whole country.
Oh my god. Imagine that ringing. That'd be the end of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, they go to this thing, and then he basically is like, all right, well, we have to go to this one place, like this museum, because they figured out.
Oh yeah, because like before that, remember Scarlett does like a history narration for
Mm-hmm.
Benji about Nicholas Flamel, which I
Yes.
feel like skipped.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
It's all right. Our listeners and viewers should know that if you're expecting this to be in order, like, good luck.
Yeah, good luck. It will not be. But
Get a pen or pencil and paper and just memento your shit through this.
but I do like they using like little facts to kind of have everything like feel a little bit more grounded.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it is accurate because,
Yeah.
like, I enjoy that stuff, but I'm
Mhm.
not like obsessed to the
Yeah.
point of
Yeah.
I have other things I'm obsessed
Hmm.
about, sadly.
Yeah.
But but I feel like it makes the characters feel like they actually know what they're talking about
Hmm.
to my ears. I'm pretty sure a history nerd or an archaeologist are like, that's not true. That's all lies.
Yeah.
They're just saying gibbity goop. And I say to them, get out of here, Neil deGrasse Tyson. So
I love Neil deGrasse Tyson. I want to meet him one day, but yeah. Yeah, so like he translates the stuff for them.
like they get in after hours to the tomb.
Yeah, they go to the
area.
guy's tomb, the creator of the Philosopher Stone. And so they go to his like fake tomb. Like there's a stone slab there that the guy goes to translate for them. And so there's another puzzle here, which is cool.
Yeah, I like how she's just like, it's on the back.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, don't touch it. And it's just like, we can go to jail. And she's just like, no, it's fine. It's on the back. No one will see it. But it is cool that like we see a little bit of her chemistry knowledge, especially when they translated the symbols. And she's just like, oh, the symbols are like chemistry stuff that we can use this convenient janitor product.
Yeah, it's just sitting there. But yeah, so she goes to make some like flammable, I forgot what it was. Like it wasn't like phosphorus or something like that. I don't know. It was
You're
something.
asking the wrong
Anyways,
person.
yeah, we're not chemists here, but she goes to make some solution out of household products and then she dumps it on the back of this stone slab. Why not, right?
Yeah.
We already
lightly dumps it. She gives a little toot.
And then she lights it on fire and in various places a spark happens and then it reveals like another clue of where the whereabouts of the Philosopher's Stone could be, or this guy's real tomb or something like that, right?
I think it's like his tomb and where the stone is.
Yeah.
I didn't write down what the poem. I didn't write it down, but I did write down the numbers because that's what I'm gonna do. But like essentially like what we learned is that based on if he's using Dante's Inferno as a influence, and she said that 741 is the devil's number in alchemical language or something, and that they have to go in between earth and hell, which means that they have to go 370.5 feet below the tomb of Flamel's to find the stone. And I'm just like, cannot wait till we get there. How do they know they get down 370?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have no idea. I guess they know when they feel it in their nuggets, I guess. But so yeah, like I thought that part was cool, you know, showing the resourcefulness that she does, you know, it comes in handy more. Like her brain, like she figures like everything out. It's crazy. It's just like, okay, what is this riddle? What's this thing? Oh, you know, she's like very knowledgeable. This movie made her out to be the all-knowing like person of the group.
She's very quick to jump to her conclusion, and it's kind of like going back to like the disregard for others kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where it's just like George is sticking out his neck for them to get in here, and she's trying to remove this tablet so they can look in the back, and he's just like, we're gonna get in so much trouble. I don't want to go back to jail. I'm sure Paris jail is nice, but I don't want to be there. But I think I like the compliment between George and Scarlett, because George is just as knowledgeable, and both of them together figuring shit out, but he's the one to be like, wait,
he's
let
like
us double check our work before we start.
He's definitely the angel on the shoulder of her subconscious and stuff like that, where he acts as the voice of reason to kind of keep
herself.
to kind of keep her grounded, because Lord knows, like if she didn't have him, she probably either would have got herself killed or just like I don't even know, like lost, like she would have gone mad like her dad or something. And I feel like her dad didn't have, because everybody thought her dad was crazy, and I feel like her dad didn't have an anchor, so he kind of just lost himself in this hunt.
He got lost in the sauce.
Yeah, he got lost in the sauce.
I agree. And I think it like kind of goes into her whole thing with her dad's suicide, and you know how we kind of like do learn that she didn't answer the night that he committed suicide, and her guilt is fueling the obsession, because she probably wasn't like this crazy about it until maybe, I don't know how long ago he died, but you know, you can only assume it was like 3 to 5 years maybe. Enough for George to end up in Turkish prison.
Yeah, I do feel like she felt really guilty so much in the fact that she was like, she blames herself for her dad's death, which is, it's not healthy, you know? But
No, it's not.
yeah, so she was like, yep, I'm just gonna get all my stuff and go, and I'm gonna dedicate my life to prove that my dad was not crazy, which is kind of wild, right? Because then it's like, not saying what if your dad was crazy, but it's like, what if none of this was like true at all? You know, you would have still been like chasing this thing that you would just never get.
Yeah.
That's a rough life to kind of lead, but I'm glad it wasn't the case here, you know?
Oh yeah, in this version, the Philosopher's Stone is a real thing.
Yep. Hey, who knows? It might be a real thing in real life right now. Who knows? But
someone found it, and all the shit that's happening is because they found it.
Yeah, put that shit back, guys.
Yeah, and then like, you know, just to kind of, her and Benji do take a tour of the catacombs. They also, like, at some point they meet with George to go over the plan, like the, what's it called, the map of, like, yeah, it's like a map of like all of Paris,
Yeah,
to
like
show
the
where like
layout.
the catacombs lay underneath.
Mm-hmm.
They figure out that there was a series of collapses, and that's how they know that under Flamel's tomb is like a chamber
Like
or
a
something,
hidden
because
chamber.
why would it collapse if it wasn't
like hollowed out or something like that? Like,
yeah,
if it's supposed to be like solid ground, like it wouldn't collapse, right?
which Benji points out.
Mm-hmm.
Benji has his moments.
Yeah, Benji has his moments.
So I want you to remember when they went into the tour for the catacombs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that she reads like a description about the trumpets that you hear in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I also want you to remember the blonde dude with the curls saying, hey, you should look for Papillon in this club.
Yeah.
Just remember that dude, because I have a theory about him. And it involves Papillon.
Okay. I
Papillon.
think I know where you're going. But yeah.
But yeah, so they end up going to the club. Benji sees a creepy tall woman that just stares at him.
Yeah. So like I had a question about that, because now that they're like, oh yeah, you have to confess your sins, and like people see, like they get haunted by like their past and their past sins and stuff. So Benji is the one seeing the white lady, right?
Yeah.
So, which I also have a problem with, because he does not bring it up to the group. Like he sees how creepy this lady is.
Yeah.
He sees her again in the tunnel, like singing for the choir, and then he doesn't say anything. He doesn't be like, oh, that was the lady I saw, like blah blah blah, or anything like that. And then he sees it again like later on in the movie. But I was just like, you don't say anything. This thing's clearly haunting you. But like, I wish I knew what everybody else's sins were before people started dying, you know?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I wish also that Benji mentioned something to give us a clue, but we can only assume. They don't really, I did like a quick search before our recording, but I didn't really find anything. I'm sure it's somewhere. I'm sure like maybe the actor talked about it, or the director / writer, but in the movie there's no I have the Blu-ray, but there's no deleted scenes, and I didn't have time to go watching all of the behind the scenes to see if they talk about it.
Right.
I'm sure it's probably in there, but we can assume that like he maybe was involved with her death.
Yeah.
Because did you notice that like the first time he sees her, she's walking out the door and he sees her through the first window, and then when they get to Papillon, she's not there anymore. And it's kind of like he's more focused behind them, kind of like, what the fuck? And then goes down to like where they are. I was just like, oh, it started. I mean, it started with Scarlett, but it still started.
Yeah.
So yeah, they meet Papillon and Susie. And if I'm pronouncing these wrong, I'm sorry. I've already said before, I am bad with pronunciations.
Me too. Don't even worry about it. You got no judgment here.
From you, Ramon, never. They convince the cataphiles to take them, because they're like, there's nothing down there, and they're like, no, like it's a hidden door, you wouldn't have seen it unless you knew what you were looking for.
Yeah.
I think like the minute they're like, there's treasure, they're like, we're in.
Yeah. Ooh, shiny.
And I just want to point out, because like then we cut to the next morning and George is there, but George is like, I'm not gonna go. It's just like, George, what are you doing there? That's why I feel like George, he did want to go, but his fear of caves is like also clashing.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, I want to go, but I don't want to die.
I think it's that, and like also wanting to feel wanted, in the space. He's like, oh, like, you don't really need me. But it's like, oh, no, I need you. I want you here. Sure. And then he'll keep going. Like, he'll go like a little bit further. And then she's like,
yes, he kept going to like the point that they got to the hole that they have to get into. And he's like, I'm not going. It's like, why did you come all this way?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, yeah, I'm right at the entrance of the catacombs. I don't want to go. I'll see you guys off. And it was like, well, like, but I need you here. We want you here and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, he probably would have gone anyway, but
he's lucky Benji brought gear for him.
Yeah, W again for Benji, but yeah, the fucking random cop. That was the first jump scare. I was like, oh, that actually got me. After seeing this movie like three, 4 times, there was 2 times that this movie got me still, and I was just like, oh shit, like fucking random cop just charges them and tackles Papillon. Everybody rushes to go inside the cave. And
before we go any further, we forgot to. So this is when they're gearing up to go. This is when we're introduced to Zed.
Yeah.
And when Zed was doing his bad Robert De Niro impression, I was like, oh, it's Raemon.
No, that's not.
You would do the same grumpy, deep frown. Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now, guys.
You got to do the. You got to do the Robert De Niro voice.
That's what he said. That's what he said in the movie. He was like, I'm like, dude, what? It's like, when does Robert De Niro says that?
Who knows, dude? But yeah, so they're escaping the cop. They go into the tiny hole. He's throwing smoke bombs.
Yeah, which I was like, if these cops really wanted to get you, you guys didn't go that far in the catacombs at all. You're still pretty much in the entrance, and you're still throwing these loud ass smoke bombs, and you guys are still loud. You're throwing smoke bombs to leave. You should be quiet, but everybody's like breathing hard and like talking and telling everybody to shush. It's like the one person's like telling someone that they're loud in a library, but they say it across the across the library.
Shut up. No, it's true, but maybe the cop also has claustrophobia, and he's like, I'm not going after
Yeah,
them.
he's like, nah, fuck that.
I'm just one man against what I saw 6,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's not going after them.
Yeah, he went back to his partner. He's like, bruh, like they're gone. They're gone.
They're dead.
Let the catacombs happen.
I think what's interesting to kind of like, I guess like a quick, we're in the spoiler section, but this is going to spoil a little bit when we also mention it. But like, if you notice, like, aside from Benji, who has the handheld camera, the ones that have the headlamp cameras is Scarlett, George, and Zed, which is interesting because they're the ones that survive at the end.
Dang, true, actually. Dang, I ain't caught that. That was actually pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah, you caught that shit. We actually, hey, yo, Michelle cooked. Michelle cooked.
I cooked in the pan.
I didn't even think about that shit. I watched the movie like 3, 4 times. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just a dum-dum.
Yeah, Benji doesn't count because he had a handheld.
Yeah.
Poor Benji.
Poor Benji, man.
Also, like, between the van and them going down into the first part of like the catacomb entrance, Papillon graffitis his name. He puts Pap with an exclamation mark and like a giant, half a circle or a U around the whole thing. And I just want you to keep also this in mind when we get to my theory that goes into, there's a whole thing last night I went Pepe. I went Charlie from Always Sunny with the red string.
I'm excited.
But yeah, so there's so many scenes of them going through holes, tunnels, water that, like, please bear with us as we're trying to piece it together for you.
Yeah. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, I won't even say like we're halfway done with the movie or anything, but I think the movie at this point has been going on for about like 30 minutes or so, and nothing has really happened yet, but for some reason it's still like good. It's still engaging. It's still engaging to watch.
Yeah, and I agree, and that's why I love this film. It gets a 4.5 stars. I'll explain why the half is there and not a full 5 when we get to that part. Also, there's a lot of when we get to that part, so I'm sorry. But we also learn, because like after they escape the cops, Benji sets him up with a headlamp and some gear.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn at this point that the reason why George hates going into caves is because when he was younger, his brother died and drowned in a cave they were exploring, and he didn't get help in time.
Yeah.
And so he carries that guilt with him, which is sucky, you know, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they keep going. There's a lot of like, let's see, like, let me look at my notes. There's the one part before the shit gets really weird, and it's the singing choir.
Yeah.
Singing the creepy song. Very good choice of music to play. Apparently, the filmmakers did like ask cataphiles, like, what was the weirdest stuff you found down there? And they mentioned like, you probably read it, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, people go down there to sing because the acoustics are amazing.
Yeah. So fun fact about the choir is that they hired an actual all-female choir there. I guess the director was influenced by like a story or something like that, or from a movie where there was a bunch of
movie. I just remember the movie.
It's like a witch coven singing in the woods, like an all-female, like obviously it's a coven, but like they're singing in the woods and running around naked. So in the movie, they hired an all-female choir, and they were like topless, like naked and stuff, singing in the thing.
But they had paint on.
They had paint on. And so the person leading the choir was the lady who Benji saw. He's been seeing at the club, and then now he's seeing her again, and she like doesn't look at anybody else. She doesn't stalk anybody else. She just looks at Benji, and like her head just like gives it a quick look, like, you know, everybody's like walking past, and then he's like the last person to walk past, and he's like videotaping her, and then she just like gives that quick look, and then he's like, oh shit.
It always makes me laugh when because the face she makes is just very like, my eyes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't remember what it reminds me of, but if I do, I'll see if I can put an image. Oh, the prairie dog.
Oh yeah.
The dramatic prairie dog or whatever. Dun, 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 dun.
I love that meme so much.
Oh my god.
But they see that, and then it's at this point they're using this map, and they come across like the spot where there's like, okay, cool. There's a straight through part where you go straight through.
This is the part.
But it's blocked off, and then there's an indirect route that you have to go through a bone tunnel. It's
yes,
like
the bone tunnel.
Yeah,
we're here at the bone tunnel. Yes, so like the French team are against going the direct route because they said that that way is the evil way, and that there was one guy that they knew called Letois, and he was basically a mole man because he lived underground for like years.
Yeah.
And they were like, he knew every single path except that one because he knew it was bad. And then one day he just decided, I'm gonna check it out, and we never saw him again. And then they're like, so we have to take the indirect route. George is about it because he's just like, hey, we don't know where we're going, let's just follow them. Benji is just like, we can't like crawling through bones.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
I was like, bro, come on, man. And the guy George brought up a good point. He was like telling Scarlett, he was like, yo, so this Philosopher Stone has been waiting down here for 600 years. Like, what's a couple more hours? Let's just take our time, let's get there safely, and you know, like,
but in horror movie fashion, nothing ever goes.
Yeah, so like Scarlett was the one that's kind of holding people back or whatever like that, but then she kind of warmed up to the idea. She's like, yeah, you got a point, because we don't know anything about these tunnels. This guy's saying that we shouldn't go, like, yeah, let's do it. And then Benji is like the one that's holding everybody back now because he does not want to be crawling over bones and whatnot.
Because they have to like literally have to crawl on like using their like elbows and their legs to like get through. And you know, he has a handheld camera. It's hard enough.
So they go through the bone tunnel, and Benji's the last person there, and he's like freaking out, hyperventilating, and he gets stuck. And then he's like going, and he's going. He's like, oh man, someone bit me. I think something bit me, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, and he's
hyperventilating.
Like, he's like hyperventilating, like freaking the fuck out. And then everybody's trying to get him to calm down. And then he still is like kind of freaking out. And then the tunnel starts to collapse. Everybody's like, no, you gotta go. So he finds some way to start moving forward now with all his equipment
he gets unstuck.
Yeah, he gets unstuck real quick. And like, which I didn't understand. It's like everybody else is like crawling on their bellies and stuff. And then he's the only one crawling on the side. And I'm like, bro, like, why are you crawling on your side? Like, obviously your body takes up more room going that way than being flat.
Because Pap told him that it's like, oh, you know, there's bones and rats. And he's like, rats!
Yeah.
Oh, no. And it's just like, so I'm pretty sure he's trying to avoid as much contact. But it's just like, but you're a big man, my dude.
It's like
you have strong shoulders. You're not gonna be able to fit that way.
It's like, dude, you're already in it. You're already laying on top of it. You're already in the middle of this like little tunnel. You might as well just keep going, you know, and just get it over as quick as possible. But the tunnel begins to collapse, and then they all finally make it out. And when they make it out, they notice that there's nowhere else to go but like the tunnel that they were told not to go down.
Oh yeah, because they were like, is this like a joke? And Pap is like arguing, just like, that's impossible. It's a straight, like, there's no way to circle. You just go straight. We should be on the other side. But they're like, well, obviously this is the same, because like Scarlett took one of the rocks off at the top to show that like, oh, that's the same door that they were like, that's the evil door. Mm-hmm. It's just like, poor Benji is probably like, I had to crawl through bones. I'll just end up in here.
And at this point, things start to kind of slowly progress into like, you know,
I will say, I don't understand the order, how like going for safety reasons, you know, because it just seems like the French, either they go first or they go last, right? But like, if they're going last, is because Scarlett is jumping ahead.
Yeah.
But like, for safety reasons, you would think they would have one person that knows what they're doing in the back to help the person that gets stuck unstuck.
But I think at this point, they were already, it's like, well, we don't know what beyond this point. So we're all in the dark. So I think at that point, Scarlett was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm leading this expedition now. So we're going to do that.
But they go through the evil door, the evil entrance. They find a signature of Pap's, and this one doesn't have an exclamation. These have 3 dots, like the last one, the second one, because Pap does his with an exclamation, and then the other ones we see are with 3 dots. And I think the P's are more like sharper. And again, when we get there, I'll get into it. But they also end up finding a piano that George was like, this looks exactly like my childhood piano. That when they played that one song, do you remember the song?
Was it My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean?
Yeah, that is the song. And he said that they could never finish it because the A4 key was broken, and that same key down here is also broken, and it's just like, oh, it begins, and then they start hearing a phone ringing. And Scarlett's like, I gotta go find it. It's just like, Scarlett, no. This is the Scarlett, no.
She just roams the tunnel in like just almost leaving everyone. But, you know, everybody kind of catches up to her, and she finally comes to this phone, and then some creepy voices answers the phone. It's like, oh, why did you leave me? Or why didn't you answer the phone?
Why won't you talk to me?
Yeah, why won't you talk to me? And she knows that it's not her dad, but she's like, oh, yeah, that was a thing, you know, that
it's giving me dad.
Yeah, it's giving me dad vibes. Like I should have actually
dad vibes.
Yeah, so that happens, and like she's freaked out. Everybody's kind of freaked out.
Yeah, and this is when Le Twop, the missing cataphile, shows up.
Yeah.
And dude, his eyes were so creepy.
Yeah.
Because it was like close to being just like blacked out. It's like his pupils were just all the way open. And I was just like
fully dilated.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, like, you know, his friends are happy that they saw him, and he was like questioning them. He was like, all this time I was down here, you guys didn't even try to look for me and all this stuff.
Yeah, and he was like, you shouldn't be down here, blah, blah, blah. And then he just switches up.
Yeah. And he's like basically telling them to follow him because, you know, he's like, oh, you guys are trying to get out? And it was like, yeah. He's like, come. I'm like, all right.
And he's like, the only way out is down, which is that's also Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
Because in the book, a spoiler for the book, Dante has to go through hell to reach heaven, but you have to go all the way down through hell to get to heaven, and then like kind of like, and then finally get back to like material plane or whatever, which is crazy.
Yeah.
it's so funny. It's just like every time they kept going down, I'm like, yes, this is the way out.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't lying to them,
No,
technically,
he wasn't. He was a creepy guide, but not
Yeah.
a helpful guide.
Yeah, he was not a helpful guide. I feel like he did not think they would survive or anybody would survive.
Yeah.
He probably was like, yeah, I'm gonna just lure you guys to like be additional souls to hell.
It's just like, you guys can hang out with me here.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he leads them to this room that has a hole, and it's just like, I think it's at this point there's like like 2 holes, right, that they go through. I don't know, it's so many holes, but like they get to that hole, and I think like her and George are both like, oh, this is probably the center point between like the 2 areas in the catacombs that's like underneath Flamel's tomb. That's like, this is gonna lead us to where we need to go. And they're like all about going in it, and poor Benji.
Bruh.
Poor Benji and his hands.
Yeah.
Talk about foreshadowing.
Yeah. Because later on in the movie, he even was like, oh, something's going to happen. Like, he knew like something was going to happen because Scarlett was like, oh, yeah, everything is reversed here, So, yeah, like, just saying, like, we get to that part because this is like a little bit further, but.
Yeah. But yeah, it just sucks. And this is what I mean. I was like, I don't understand the French team, why they didn't have one person from their team be last to go to make sure that Benji and George were set in correctly onto the ropes. It's like, where's the rope safety, guys? Like, Zed, you're the climber. You should be the last person to go.
Yeah, exactly. Should be belaying everybody down. Yeah, so like basically everybody gets down. Wasn't George the point of view that we were looking? He was like on his way down. And then next thing you know, he just hears like some yelling, and Benji's like free falling. And while he's falling, he is holding on to the rope, and he's getting like really bad rope burn, but he's like has to hold on, because he was like, oh yeah, somebody like cut the rope. I don't know what happened, blah, blah, blah. Someone cut it and all this stuff. And it was like, they finally get him down and, wrap his hands and gauze and stuff. And Scarlett is like telling George, being like, yeah, his hands are still bleeding. Like, we can't really stop the bleeding or anything. Obviously, it's just his hands. Like, he ain't gonna die from it, but like, just like, yeah.
It's still, if they have to go down further, like, it's not gonna be easy.
Slow them down. Yeah.
And then they end up in that tunnel where the sound gets muffled.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then like a loud noise starts erupting.
Do you think that was the trumpets of hell?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I think it was like an indication, just like, welcome. Because they haven't gotten to the gates of hell. Yeah. But they're in the in-between. I would say like the purgatory of it all. And I think it's why I'm like, oh, the church bells are ringing, and like, it's as above so below, the sounds of hell is ringing back, And then we get a quick snippet of a creepy dead boy, which we can assume is Danny.
Yeah, but his eyes were all kind of messed up.
Yeah.
You saw it? I was like, oh, he has like one big black eye, like his whole eyes was kind of all blacked out, and it was like a little bit bigger than the other one. I was like, ooh, that ain't your brother right there.
That ain't Danny.
But everybody kind of sees it, and it was like, what was that? And he was like, I don't know.
Yeah. And then they end up in what I call, what we find in video games, the first puzzle. The first puzzle, which is a pillar and no other way through except going back, but no one's gonna go back. And I think like I like this scene a lot because it's is a character moment between George and Scarlett, and how much they
can work together.
They can work together, and like they use their knowledge together. Because I feel like if it was Scarlett, she would have picked the wrong rock.
Yeah, because she was guessing. She guessed the wrong thing at first.
Yeah, because she wasn't taking into consideration what century or whatever. The time period, and like when people knew about the planets, or as they call the celestial planets, right?
Celestial, spheres. I think celestial spheres or something
like that.
Yeah, they were saying,
But with George, he's just like, wait, let's double check our work. Let's take into consideration what century is this in, before or after Copernicus, they said.
Yeah,
Cornelius,
like
a C name.
Yeah,
and then this is what I'm talking about, where it's just like, oh, we're just throwing throwing Egyptian in there because I can see Nicholas Flamel being like, I love Egypt. I want to have some Egypt stuff. Throw in some scarabs and that, what's it called? Whatever hinge that the pyramids would have hiding entrances. It started with a P. We're not gonna. It's okay. We don't have to look for it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
A specific hinge that the Egyptians used back in the day, where it's like if you pick the wrong rock, the ceiling will collapse on you. But if you chose wisely, the door will open. And then, like, you know, the vulture pointing its wing goes back to that poem on the back of the slab that they found. And just like all the clues are kind of coming together. Yeah, I like that part. I also like the next part. It's when they find the Templar.
Oh, yes.
Now we're at the middle point of the movie. And they find a perfectly preserved corpse of a Templar knight. And what's funny is when I saw that knight, I thought it was going to turn into like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade moment with the knight. It's just like, you've chose wisely,
so,
you know?
So like, all right, I don't know if I had like some kind of weird moment watching this movie, but I could have sworn when I seen this movie before, like first time or something like that, Benji saw the lady again right before they went into the catacombs. And then I could have sworn that Templar dude like came alive at one point.
You know, I also had, when I was rewatching it for the podcast last night and we came on the Templar and we kept cutting back away from the Templar, I also thought he was going to be like in the corner just staring them down.
Yeah, dude, I could have sworn like something like that happened in the movie when I saw it the first time. I was like, is this some kind of Mandela effect kind of thing? Or
we're in the other Berenstein universe. I also thought, but it didn't happen. I have the collector's edition, so I would figure it would be in there if it did, the Blu-ray. But either way, very Last Crusade vibes. I always, Michael and I always quote each other. You chose.
You chose poorly. Yeah, this guy, he was also influenced by the Goonies. So there's been a lot of those like cool little puzzles and stuff like that in the movie.
No, for sure. And, you know, I appreciate it. I appreciate when directors kind of have, you can tell they have like an influence and it shows in the movies. And it's not like a ripoff, you know? It's like nicely kind of incorporated. Then like this is when Scarlett is like remembering the riddle behind the tablet again. And then she's like, oh, we got to turn off our lights. And I thought that when they turn off the lights and then they turn it back on, that's when the Templar was going to get up. But clearly he's just chilling. And I was like, is that supposed to be Nicholas Flamel and he was a Templar knight?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be him.
But then I figured they would have been like, oh, it's him, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Some random Templar knight there.
We can pretend it's Nicholas Flamel. And Assassin's Creed has some influence in things, I guess. I don't know. Where there's an assassin, there's a Templar. So
that'd be so funny.
So stupid. But they find that when they turn off the light, that there's like water, little well or whatever, little spot where there's water and there's light coming through. And then Scarlett breaks through the wall and swims through because she's just like, I'm going to go check it out first. And it's like, bro, chill out. She finds the room where supposedly the Philosopher's Stone is in. And she's overjoyed with finding it. It's kind of the culmination of just like, my dad wasn't crazy. He just didn't give himself enough time, you know? Obviously, everyone else comes through. I don't know if you noticed, but Latois, he wasn't wet at all.
Yeah, he wasn't wet at all. Yeah. And nobody questioned it.
No, nobody questioned it. It's not the mummy situation where the sand wasn't on the guy at all. Yeah. It's just like, I think it's just kind of like, this guy's a ghost. And he's just, obviously, the French people are like, oh my God, gold. Yeah. And the nerds are like talking about the Egyptian, like the mural is like of the Egyptian gods of the sun and the earth. Or not the sun. What is it? The earth and something else.
The sun. I don't think it was the moon, but I think it was like the earth and the sun or some shit like that.
Well, because she gave birth to the sun and then she ate it.
Yeah.
Either way, it was a god and a goddess that were in love and they could only ever touch their hands and feet their long-limbed hands and feet because their child, the son, get jealous. And he was just like, no. And the sun at the end of the cycle is the stone.
Yeah.
And Scarlett says something that triggers like a thing for her to be like, wait, the treasure's a trap.
Yeah.
And fucking caves half of the room in.
Yeah.
Which sucks because, like, oh, the thing I'm afraid of is the cave. But they lose Latois and they're able to save Suxi.
Yeah, because she gets buried under some rubble.
Her arm is like
messed
broke
up.
or whatever. Yeah. And so they lost their packs, except Scarlett still had the Philosopher Stone. So good on her for being like, I'm not losing this. And she uses the stone on Susie to fix her arm. And for me, I was like, I guess it's a one-time use, because if she had used it to fix Zed's nose, because he got his nose busted, she probably would have realized that it was a fake, because it wouldn't have healed his nose. But she didn't. She didn't heal anyone else but Susie's arm.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I guess she's preserving the rock, you know? And I just thought it was really funny. I was just like, we're just not gonna help everyone else? Okay. Like, she could have used it to heal Benji's hands.
She could have, but I guess because everything kind of happened right there, you know, like everything was so sudden, and she's got a broken arm or something like that. Like, let me see if I can heal it, you know? So she goes to heal Susie's arm, and then everybody's like, oh, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? She was like, it wasn't me, it was the stone.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You would think Benji would be like, can we do my hands?
Yeah, I would have been like, bro, come on, man. Look, my hands are hurting over here.
I got rope burns and they're bleeding, you know? But it is what it is, you know? Poor Benji. And then they're trying to find a way out, and George ends up he's looking on the ceiling and he finds what it's called, a Porta Alchemica. And then Scarlett finds a mural of the As Above, So Below, which is, it kind of reminds me of like playing cards of like the king, where it's just like
everything was like reverse.
A reverse, like a reflection. And then it's like the Jewish star in the middle. Because we're using everything. But like, she's saying like what As Above, So Below means to alchemists, where it's just like how it is on earth, your blood, your atoms or whatever is the same as in heaven with God or whatever, you know? I'm paraphrasing, I could have it wrong, don't shoot me. Just talk about it in the comments.
You're good.
So they're like, okay, so if the door drawing is on the ceiling, that means the door to get out is on the floor, which is another little water well thing. And I'm like, I guess it makes sense. If you're underground, water's just gonna just seep in anywhere. Which kind of freaks me out that like they're going into this water, because like, isn't still water a thing or something where it's just still, like, it's just
still water is not at all.
Yeah. So I'm just like, you know, obviously rats and all that are down there too. We haven't seen a rat though, which is crazy.
No, yeah. That water has been down there for over, 600 plus years or whatever like that. So like undisturbed, supposedly. I mean, well, not even 600 years, because like technically they're in hell or in a place of hell. So like that thing's been down there for like however long, right? Like however many millennia, eternities and stuff.
Yeah. But either way, they break the floor of that particular spot to go a little bit down to go to the entrance of hell.
Yeah.
And it's the ye all abandon hope. Abandon hope, ye all who enter here.
Yeah.
The only reason why I remembered that is because of Tank Girl.
Yeah.
Because Malcolm McDowell says that exact phrase, and how he says it is just stuck in my head. But yeah, so they find the entrance to hell.
Yeah, they're just like literally the only place to go. Scarlett and George don't really say anything to the rest of the group. They just kind of to themselves, they're like, yeah, I know. Because she says like some kind of quote. She's like, oh yeah, they're going to crawl on their bellies and stuff like that to the gates of hell. And he was like, yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. I was like, ooh.
I mean, to be fair, knowing the group that you're with, like, you don't want to freak them out more with hell talk. Especially poor Benji, who had to go crawling through bones for nothing. And then they end up in a reversed version of the Philosopher's Stone room, which is it tickled me. I was giggling. I was like, oh my God, it's above so below. It's stupid, but I love it.
At this point, I was like, okay, cool. Like, so, like, her and George both know that this is some weird kind of reverse thing. You end up in the same room that you got the Philosopher's Stone in. Why didn't you just check the wall for like another stone or something, right?
I think it's kind of like maybe we're more focused on trying to get out. And also, like, Scarlett thinks she has the stone.
Yeah, true.
And everyone else is just like, what the fuck? You know, and then they're sort of like retracing their steps, but not really because it's all reverse. And they're back in the Templar room, which I also thought maybe this is the part where the Templar is awake.
Yeah.
But instead, it's La Toile. I don't think I mentioned it, but like they said that La Toile means the mole in French.
The mole, yeah.
So this far in, I'm very sorry. But he's more feral. You know, it sucks because Susie just got her arm fixed and now her face got bashed in.
Yeah. I started laughing because when her face got bashed in, there was like, oh, try to heal her, try to heal her. And then she takes the stone and tries to sprinkle a little stone dust in the crack of her fucking head. I was like, yeah, that's going to work.
She's just going to sprinkle some cocaine, you know, just like, a little bit, a pinch of salt, you know.
Just like in a massive like crack of her head. I was like, bro, come on, man. That ain't going to do nothing.
Like she didn't even put her hand over the head to heal it, like how she did with the arm, you know. So, like, obviously they have to leave Sue behind because they can't carry a dead body with them.
Yeah, they kind of, like, the guy supposed to be Papillon's girlfriend, and he's like, oh my God, Susie, and stuff like that for, like, 2 seconds. Scarlett was like, we gotta keep moving, and then just like all feeling kind of just left, and they just leave the room, and he seemed fine.
He left the jacket on her face.
Yeah, he left the jacket on her face, but I feel like he got over it like really fast.
You have to. When you're in that situation, you can't think about.
But I feel like for humans, though, I feel like a real human reaction, if you lost a loved one, you're like, you're on it for a while. No matter what situation you're in. Like, yeah, you're going to keep moving.
Or maybe this is an indication of how a kind of person he is.
Yeah.
Later on that we find out. So there's more tunnels.
More tunnels.
Because there's always more tunnels. You know, secret tunnel for you Avatar fans out there.
Secret tunnel.
So they hear the loud sound again, which is like a trumpets kind of sound, which I feel is like another kind of like another ring. I like to imagine that they're hearing these sounds and it's just some indication that like an hour has passed, like what a bell would do.
Oh, true.
Connected to a clock. You know, it's just like, how long have you been out there? Pretty long. At some point, Scarlett sees just a regular noose with no body.
Yeah.
And it's like a split second kind of thing, you know? And then they find another hole. And this is the hole where they realize they're like 1,000 feet. And I'm like, I guess if you're able to, like, you know, if they have it in their, what is it? Their nuggets?
Yeah, if they felt it in their nuggets.
Yeah, if they felt it in their nuggets, they probably know they're like 1,000 feet. If it were me, I'd be like, I don't fucking know. We're pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is where Benji, you know.
So basically everybody's going down and like Benji's the last one. And then we see the same lady who's been stalking him the whole time walk past this like little corridor, like door thing to the other side of this wall. And he's like looking back. He already had a feeling that somebody was there. So he's like asking, oh, somebody there? Like who's here and all this stuff. Which is where I got jump scared again. I was like, I totally forgot about the part. I was like, what? So like, you know, a lot of silence kind of happened. He's like looking across the room with the camera. And then you see the lady that's stalking him jumps at the camera, jumps at him. And that shit got me.
And she's holding a baby.
Yeah, she's holding a baby. So I don't know what that was. But pushed him down the hole and then he falls head first on the ground.
Yeah.
Benji, man. I feel like the most rough time the entire time. They like never kind of let up since he's been in the catacombs.
Well, because the thing is, it's like he was more prepared than George. But Benji got fucked up.
Yeah. He definitely got the brunt of the abuse there.
Mhm.
but yeah, so Benji dies, and I felt like that part was a little genuine for Scarlett, right? Because Scarlett kind of stayed on that
Yeah.
for a while, like, because she's like, oh, like Benji, oh my god, no, Benji, and they kind of stayed on it for a while, and then they kept going. So now I think it's Scarlett, George, Zed, and
Papillon.
Papillon. And I guess up until this point, I totally forgot. I made a note too. I totally forgot Zed was even a part of the group because they didn't show him till after they showed his nose getting broken from the cape. And good chunk of the movie kept going, and like you don't see him at all, like in
Yeah.
other frames.
That's fair. I mean, for me, I'm like, well, it would have made sense if like Benji or Susie survived at the end. But Zed survives at the end. And it's just like the character we didn't get any development with lives. But if he had died, we also would have been like, oh, that's right, Zed's there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a weird thing.
Like, I wonder if it was like, if the guy missed like a couple days of filming when they were filming those parts, like he kind of missed some days and then he came back and it was like, yeah, you can still be alive. It's fine.
I don't know. I'm sure he is there just in the background. And again, climbing safety, Zed should have been the last to go instead of Benji. But for some reason, they're like, Benji's got this. It's just like Benji shredded his hands and the last rope rappelled down. Like, what do you mean he's got this? His hands are injured. If anything, they should be extra careful with him.
Yeah.
But they said no.
They said
and
no. And
R.I.P. Benji.
Yep. So they kind of like move on, and then there are more tunnels.
They go through another bone tunnel. There's more tunnels. But they go through another bone tunnel. And I'm like, amazing. We're here. Bone tunnels. George hallucinates Danny is under the bones.
Oh, yeah, while he's in the bone tunnel. He hallucinates his brother, like, underneath the bones, but it's, like, water. And he's, like, freaking out. He's trying to get his brother. He's like, oh, I can save you. I can save you. And then Scarlett's like, hey, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Like, chill. It's not real. Like, it's okay. It's not real. And he finally snaps out of it, which, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, they had a chance to do something really cool to have his brother drag him underneath, like, the bones. That would have been super cool if they did like a really cool shot and everybody's like trying to save him, like trying to bring him up. But yeah, they didn't do that. So
sometimes budgets get in the way.
Yeah,
man.
I know, right? Yeah, they only had like a $5 million, $10 million budget, which is kind of low, I guess, for movie standards now.
Yeah,
but
and they had a small crew because when they filmed it, it was the cast that was filming and like lighting the scenes with their lamps and all that. Because I'm pretty sure it's just like, it's like a Blair Witch situation where it's just like, you go do your thing. We'll watch from the monitors.
Yeah.
If something happens, we'll send someone in to save you.
Well,
I don't know.
They were saying that it was really hard to film down there with like to sort of bring lights and everything like that in the tunnels. It was going to be way too hard to kind of just do that effectively. So they had the cool idea to just have the actors like film like 90% of the movie, which all the underwater scenes were done in a soundstage.
Yes.
Which was cool.
Which I'm pretty sure is for safety reasons because you don't want to be swimming in 600 years of still water, cave water, In Bill, I'm like, that's not a safe water. Behind the scenes, it's like, I'm glad they were safe about it. After that, that's when they end up in like another corridor and they hear a man screaming.
Yeah.
And this is the scene where we find out about Papillon's like guilt. And it's like a car burning. And if you notice, the dude inside the car is the blonde curly hair guy that was in the catacomb tours that told him to go look for Papillon. Papillon is freaking out, saying that it wasn't his fault. And like we also learn earlier when they're like at the van getting their gear that like Benji notices that Papillon has a scar on his hand,
like
and he asks
marks.
and he asks Zed about it and says like, oh, we don't talk about it and don't ask him. And they're like, oh, okay, but like clearly he was involved in a car burning and he probably didn't save his friend. And he gets pulled into the burning car and it does like a self like what is it, like a self insert kind of thing,
like an implosion kind of thing.
It ends up with Pap's feet sticking out of the ground,
which is honestly the coolest stuff.
So there's two things I want to talk about in this real quick, and I'm sorry if it's going to be long-winded, but you're just going to have to deal with it, Raemon, and you listeners. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is that it involves that why I think that this is the level that they're in. It's the only level is that they're in the fraud level. And it goes back to believing that the Papillon that we meet is not the real Papillon. The real Papillon is the blonde-haired guy, the blonde-haired curly guy that died in the fire car.
Wait, what? How's the, like, all right, go, hey, you're cooking, go ahead. Because I'm curious now. I was like, wait, what?
So it goes back to the signatures, right? When you see Pap spraying his signature, it is different from the other two signatures that we've seen, especially the last one when they went through the evil corridor. And Papillon was like, I didn't do that. And it's just like, yeah, because that has 3 dots. And obviously you didn't go through this tunnel. And so because this is the circle of fraud, it's indication that like he fraudulently took his friend's identification. And obviously all his friends are in on it because, you know, it's a very popular name, probably like in the graffiti and like catacomb, like I don't know. But the weird thing is that the punishment that they chose for Papillon is not the right punishment for him, because in Dante's Inferno, the people that have their feet sticking out of the ground is those that committed simony. And simony is when you're selling spiritual guidance for material. So like saying like you're paying your way to heaven kind of thing. Or like that you're selling that you'll be forgiven and go to heaven if you give me money, which is like apparently all the popes.
It's like selling tickets, golden tickets. You remember someone sold golden tickets to heaven or something like that?
Yeah, so they would end up in simony.
Yeah.
And like in Dante's Inferno, a lot of the popes end up in that layer. So I think it's just like they use the wrong punishment, but it's the circle of hell of fraud. And that's why I think that's not the real Papillon. And then, you know, going back with like the 8th circle, like again, the 8th circle is also where alchemists would go to hell, you know?
Yeah.
It's because they're frauds against God, essentially, by, you know, what I said earlier, where they're just like, they're using chemistry to change matter and all that. But it's, if you think about it, like, it makes sense. Because like it's kind of like a Banksy situation. It's just like, does anyone really know what Papillon looks like?
Oh, okay.
If you're going by the name Papillon,
right?
You know, like anyone can be Papillon. So that's what I think.
See. I like that. I like that. The little.
Am I reaching?
Treat.
Maybe, but he did feel guilty about leaving his friend behind in a car, but saying that it wasn't his fault. You know, so
yeah. So what if he stole the name Papillon, but like this still was an accident with his friend in a car or something, right? And but now I guess biggest fraud, maybe the car accident wasn't his fault or something, but like his biggest sin is the fraud thing, so that's why his legs are sticking out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Either way, it's just a theory.
I like it.
I did see a couple of people said that, and like it kind of implanted in my head, and I rewatching the movie and then reading that passage in Dante's Inferno is why I was like, oh, he's not the real Papillon.
That's cool. I like that theory.
But yeah, thank you for indulging in my little cooking session. But yeah, and then like there's another thing, and that I will explain it later when we get to that part. So yeah, so they lose Papillon.
Yeah.
So now it's just Scarlett, George, and Zed, which is convenient because those 3 have cameras on their heads.
Yeah. So basically at this point, right, they're going through these corridors or whatever, and then they see
it's like a maze.
Yeah, and then they ended up seeing like a figure with a black hood sitting in a chair. And
they do end up there, yeah.
Yeah, and then so they're sneaking past them because the chair is like facing the opposite side of them. So they're sneaking behind them, and they heard something and they looked away, and then they look back, and then it's gone, right? Or
no, he stands up.
Oh yeah, he stands up. Yeah, and I think this is cool because I don't know what it represents, but like he has like a black cloak, and he has like the black smoke coming off of him, which is like really cool. I don't know if he was like the representation of like death, like the Grim Reaper or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe.
But
he could just be a demon.
Could have, it could have just be a demon. And then so now everybody's like freaked out and they're running, trying to keep an eye on this guy. He's like teleporting in the room, like he's in this area, now he's in this, like he's walking past this like little door.
I mean, I know that according to Dante's Inferno, again, this movie is influenced by Dante's Inferno, so it's kind of hard not to reference it. The leader of the Eighth Circle is Malebolgia, which I know him from Spawn.
Oh, there you go. I was like, what? Why does that name sound familiar? But I'm not going to speak on it because I don't want to be wrong. But yeah, go ahead.
It's okay. If you were wrong, I would edit it out. I'll make you look good, man. Yeah, so maybe it could be that specific demon is Malebolgia. And then they're obviously trying to run away from him, and the walls are lined up with stone people inside the rock walls.
Yeah, and they're like all like moaning and screaming and stuff like that. And one of the little demons come out of the wall and bites George in the neck. And like, so George is bleeding out. And right now you're like, oh shit, no, George. And then so I had like this shot because they're like, oh, so who's holding the camera kind of thing? If both of them are like trying to help out.
They left the camera behind.
No, George is dragging it with his feet. The camera strap is like around his feet because I guess they dropped.
I thought, because like when we see the camera again, it was near. Oh, maybe they did drop the camera.
So yeah, they dropped.
Continue.
Yeah, there you go. So they dropped the camera, and I guess at some point the camera strap got wrapped around his feet, and so they're dragging him, and then you could see the camera at that angle. Like I thought that was a really cool shot, really creative. After getting dragged a further distance, like I guess the camera then like kind of stops. It got unraveled from his feet, and then it goes to the headlamps, the head cameras. And Scarlett's like, oh no, like what, like kind of thing. And they turn off the lights. They're trying to, save him with the Philosopher Stone. And then George, with like his weakening breath, he's like, vitriol or something like that. Vitriol. And that she was like, oh, like I have to, like what she said, like
she has to go back to rectify.
Yeah, rectify. That's the word. Yeah. She's like, I have to go back to
which I pulled it up because I was just like, I tried looking up vitriol by itself and it gave me like the chemical compound stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. And so like I had to put like as above, so below. But that word vitriol was in the room with the Templar when they first find the Templar. And it's an acronym because it's part of a riddle, because we love our riddles. And it was just like, what is it, like? Visita interiora terra rectificando invenies occultum lapidem. Which I'm like, okay. Like, we love our Latin.
Yeah.
We're just throwing everything in here. Fucking nerds. It's just like, pick one thing, nerds. But in the movie, it's translated, visit the interior of the earth by rectifying, and then like it's in like parentheses, purifying, you will find the hidden stone. And so kind of like going off what you said, like Scarlett realizes she has to go back to put the stone. And this is why it's a half star, because of the speed run that Scarlett does.
Yeah, because, I think they were like, okay, we're running out of time. We can't just go through all this again at a slow burn. And then you have dude bleeding out. So, so they're like, okay, like I have to save him. So we got the speed run through this whole thing, going backwards again, back up to the Philosopher's Stone room. All the water turned to blood, which was super cool. And they had like this cool shot where these hands reach up to grab her and pull her down. And, like she's all like covered in blood and whatnot. So she gets out, she runs. But before that, I was like, this poor actor, whoever played the demon, he got hit with the camera like twice. So she like...
That was later. That's later when she comes back.
When she was running towards it the first time, she hit him with the camera, like going towards the thing.
When she was coming back, because she grabbed the camera and then she went, yeah.
No, she hit it twice. She hit him on the way going to there, and then on the way coming back, she hit him again. And I remember laughing about it, and I wrote it down in my notes. I was like, oh my God, this poor guy just getting hit with the camera like twice. But
I mean, he deserves it. He's getting in a way.
Yeah, he's getting but it was funny.
But yeah, she ends up at the reverse Philosopher's Stone room.
Yeah, and then so she's doing the whole thing, and it's like she's like trying to find out where to put the stone. She puts the stone back, and then now she was like, oh, now I have to find the real stone. And so she's like looking, and then there's like this mirror in the center of the mural, and it's showing her, and it's like basically it's saying that she is the Philosopher's Stone is part of her now.
It's been inside us all
It's been here
along,
the
like
whole
the
time.
power of friendship.
Yeah. So
It's here the whole time.
So yeah, so
Um,
as she put the stone back in, like it's like, oh, like all the sound, all the weird, like creepy, eerie sounds and stuff like that kind of just went away. And she's like, oh,
yeah, it's starting to calm down.
yeah, everything's starting to calm down now. She rectified the problem. She's like, oh, okay, I guess we're good. And
And then she rectifies again because when she's leaving,
mhm,
she comes across the vestige or ghost of her dad hanging.
yeah,
Well, so like on the way there, she runs into herself hanging.
yeah,
And it's like a feral version of herself. Hell is kind of like telling her, just like, if you keep going down this path, you're going to end up where your daddy was.
mm-hmm,
And so then on the way back, she apologizes to her father and saying, like, I wish I would have answered the call
mm-hmm,
so I could have been there for you, and I'm sorry. And then he's like, I forgive you. Kind of
mm-hmm.
like, he doesn't say it, but he he does it physically by going, woo, 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 woo,
Yeah, he
you
like
know.
disappears, not in a creepy
Um,
way.
not in a creepy way, in a nice way.
Mm,
And then I like the cut back to like Zed and George, and Zed is like, oh no.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, still, I'm surprised nothing found him at that point because I was like, bro, you guys would have probably died by now. Like, you know, she pretty much left you guys defenseless in a room
He
full of
kept
like,
moving, that's why.
yeah, but she goes down and she gets back to them really quick and she heals George. And I
She
thought,
gives him a smooch,
yeah, like she heals him by kissing him and holding his neck.
a little peck, a little mwah.
Yeah. And like when he got up, it looked like he didn't look like himself. So I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I was like, dang, did something possess him or something like that? But he was just in shock, like that she pretty much saved him from death. And so they all like run and then they end up at the hole again.
They find another hole.
They found another hole. Yeah, that's this whole movie. It's just corridors and holes.
It's still good. I swear to God, it is a good movie. It's just so funny that like I have to write down to keep track because there's so many tunnels and holes.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I guess the movie does a good job keeping you just as disoriented as like the
Mhm.
people in the movie.
Yes, I agree with you because like they do a good job with the camera work by
Mhm.
making it disorienting, and it definitely feels very claustrophobic every time they have to go through those stupid tight tunnels.
Yeah.
And you know, they got me with all of those cave-ins. I was like, no. So top kudos to them for that. That is, it's like kind of like you don't need jump scares to scare you. You just need the actors to make you believe that they're in a situation.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, obviously Benji got jump scared and died, but which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. But yeah, they find the hole.
Yeah, so they find the
And
hole and they notice that they don't have any more climbing equipment or anything like that to rappel down. And Scarlett suggests that they have to just jump.
they have to rectify and
Yeah,
jump.
but first we have to confess our sins and say, like, what's our biggest sin?
And so like for me, my biggest thing is like I think in this version of hell,
Mhm.
because I feel like this hell was created by the Philosopher Stone because of Nicholas Flamel and his nerdiness,
Mhm.
you know? Because it's like not an exact replica of hell kind of thing.
Mhm.
But I feel like the hell is more of like your sins is you not confronting your guilt from your past.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, Scarlett with her dad's death,
Mhm.
George with his brother dying. And then this is where we learn from Zed
Zed.
because
Mhm.
we learned at the last minute that Zed has a child that he knows is his child, but he
Mhm.
refuses to acknowledge. So
Yeah.
he was a deadbeat dad. They confess their guilt
Mhm.
and learning to just let it go and not let them drag him down, you know?
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes back, like, you know, with like, if maybe Papillon would have survived if he didn't say it wasn't my fault, you know, and he
Mhm.
wouldn't have been dragged into the burning car because he
Yeah.
rectified, you know, he could have been
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry,
True.
I should have saved you, but he didn't.
Yeah. Because, yeah, maybe if she confronted her dad and she was like, oh, like, it wasn't my fault that you died, or she kind
Mhm.
of pushed the blame, or, I mean, like, it wasn't her fault that he died anyway, but, like, if she didn't come to terms with, like, actually, you killed yourself and blah, 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 all this stuff, you know, like, no remorse, then that thing would have turned into, like, a demon and killed her or something.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. But, yeah, so
They jump, they,
yeah,
they jump into the hole.
they end up jumping and then they come across like a room that's just seemingly a room right now. And like Zed is freaking out because he's like, we're going to die here. We're just going to die here. Look, all this stuff because it's like nowhere else to go. They see another hole.
They see a manhole this time.
A manhole cover. And so they tried to pull it first and they just saw that it wasn't moving, and then they ended up pushing it, and then they noticed that they were upside down. I like the camera work that they had to do for that. Like, it was pretty cool. So they ended up pushing the manhole open. They're freeing themselves and they have to climb out of the hole.
I like the reverse kind of like, it's a good cut because it's just like, obviously you put the camera through the hole and then the shakiness helps you cover that it's in a different setting now, because now they have to like go like feet and then pull themselves through because gravity is weird. You know what I mean? But it's so good.
Yeah, I thought it was a really cool shot. So they all like get out of the hole and they hug and like
they got a group hug.
Yeah, they get a little group hug, you know. And Zed just walks off. He's like, "Dude, I'm done. Like, this was a lot." Like,
he gave them the headlamp camera.
Yeah, he just leaves and then
probably
Scarlett,
to be a dad.
Yeah, he probably was like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go see my child now because." Screw that. But Scarlett and George hug, and the movie kind of cuts back to where Scarlett's doing the interview.
That last part is
in the beginning, right?
Yeah, with Benji. Benji's asking her like, "Oh, so like you're not like a treasure hunter?" And just like, "No, like I'm not going on these."
She just goes for the truth. She just tries to look for the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what she says.
She's a seeker of truth.
Yeah, and that is the movie, y'all. Sorry, it was a little bit more long-winded this time, but I mean, it was a lot to go through. So thank you guys so much for bearing with us.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys have fun along the way.
I would say the end credit song, the French song, is really good.
Yeah.
So stick around just for that part if you want. But yeah, man, it's such a good movie. And just like watching it this time around and kind of like seeking out some Dante Inferno facts. I was just like, yeah, it makes sense that like this would be the 8th level because it's for frauds. And it's just like, and then it's all connected. And just like finding out that alchemists go to the 8th level of hell, I'm like, it all connects. It's all connecting, Raemon. Look at the connections.
Yeah, you hooked.
But it was really good, and it's definitely worth the watch wherever you decide to watch it, whether you pay to rent it or if you have YouTube Premium to watch it on there. I don't know, because I bought my Blu-ray on Shout Factory, but I don't know if it was like limited copies or if they still have.
Anyway, you can find it like places, I'm sure. But I watched it, and it showed really well. I mean, it's the movie, so it's not like someone recorded it and put it up, but it's the actual movie. So yeah, check it out. And that was As Above, So Below. It's really good.
It was really good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. Good movie. You know, we can jump into our whatever we do at the end. We don't have to go over movies because I feel like I have repeated several movies for the past 3 episodes. You know, Leviticus is out.
Oh yeah, we gotta go see that.
We have to go see it. I don't know when. It's gonna be kind of tight and hard. And so
Giddy. Gotta put a little Quagmire face right there.
I'm gonna put it over your face.
That'd be fun.
But I do want to mention there was one show that I didn't get to mention last episode, and it's the Crystal Lake TV series that's coming out on Peacock.
It is.
And it is a prequel to the Friday the 13th, the 1980 one, and it's starring Linda Cardellini. Linda Cardellini as Pamela Voorhees. It's produced by A24. And what's interesting is, so not to go into too much depth, because I feel like if we ever cover a Friday the 13th movie, it'll be easier to talk about it there. But there has been a whole lawsuit between the writer and the director, both claiming that they came up with the Friday the 13th and Jason and all of that. I forgot who has what, but there is 2 different versions. So like I think one has the rights to the characters but the hockey mask Jason, and then the other one has the rights to the hockey mask Jason.
Yeah, but one of them aren't allowed to make any more anything for Jason right now, and I totally forgot.
But I think that's why they're doing a Pamela Voorhees show. Although Jason is in this, but he's a child Jason. Like he's pre-Jason, the Jason that we know. But it's a prequel to the first movie. We're following Pamela as she's trying to raise her baby boy, I guess before he dies. Yeah. If you don't know this, I'm sorry. Spoilers.
I mean, yeah, Jason's been around for so long, so I mean, it is what it is. Like, obviously, we all know Jason dies. Like, we all know that Jason dies, and he comes back, and that's why he starts killing people. So
he dies and comes back hunky. He comes back huge. He has cake.
He's still aging underwater.
Yeah. He's bloated, but like the bloatness made him look taller, you know?
Yeah.
Like
he's been hitting the gym.
It's weird.
Water weights.
Yeah, he's been hitting the water weights. He's using the chain that no, that's later. Yeah, but later. Either way, so the one that's gonna premiere Peacock is the Pamela Voorhees show. And then there's the Jason universe.
Yes.
They're coming out with the movie, right, Raemon?
Yes. I want to say they are coming out with a movie. I forgot what the guy told me at the licensing show, but
they definitely are using more the Jason that we know, Slasher Jason. We'll just call him Slasher Jason. They're definitely using Slasher Jason more in merchandise because he's been showing up in Fortnite. He's going to show up in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
He's on pins and beards and all that. It's crazy. And they haven't even come out with a movie or a
show yet.
Okay, and so that was the only thing I wanted to talk about. And then the other thing is games, because there's several games. And I'm trying to make it easier on myself because I am the one that does the videos and I have to add the images. And game-wise, we actually have 3 IP games coming out, which is crazy. One of them I don't understand why, but it is what it is.
The Hellraiser one?
So the first, no. Okay. I'll get to that one. Hold on.
What? This is one of the games. What?
The first one is Saw Genesis, and that is a 3v1 multiplayer title set 100 years before the Jigsaw films. And this is the one where I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
What do you mean 100 years before the Jigsaw films? Are you saying that Jigsaw took inspiration from something he saw 100 years ago in a book or something? Like, that doesn't make sense. This isn't my John Kramer.
Yeah.
So that comes out in the fall of 2026. The next one is Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival, which I'm kind of interested in playing.
It looks good.
Even if it is in first person.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks creepy from everything I've seen. I'm like, maybe I'll watch someone play through this one.
Every time a promo comes like across, like an ad where it's just like pre-order and you can get the Hellraiser box. And I'm like, oh, do I want to spend money in the hundreds to get this? And each time I'm like, I can't afford it right now. So that comes out October 8th, 2026. The next one is Halloween, the game. And a lot of these games, with the exception of Hellraiser, whenever they use like IP games, it's like a Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Where it's like a single player campaign and a 1v4 asymmetrical multiplayer. So I'm guessing one person can play Michael Myers and everyone else has to survive. That comes out September 8th, 2026. And then we have The Blood of Dawnwalker. You want to talk a little bit about that one, or?
Bro, I think this is my first time even hearing about it, so I'm not sure.
You did. This is the one where some of the developers from CD Projekt Red,
from The Witcher. Yes. Okay. No, I know about this one.
The old developers.
No, yeah. Yeah, so Dawnwalker, that's the one. Dawnwalker. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. The full title is The Blood of Dawnwalker.
Yeah, I know exactly what this is.
How dare you?
How dare I? Yeah, so yeah, it comes out September 3rd.
Mhm.
It is done, like you said, by CD Projekt Red.
It's not done by CD
Well,
Projekt Red. It's
it's not done by CD Projekt Red. It's done by the Witcher 3 game director,
yeah, it's Rebel
Rebel
Wolves
Wolves.
with co-development with Bandai Namco.
Yes. So basically, like you play as this guy, he gets turned into a vampire, not vampire, but he could, he's a daywalker. Basically, he's Blade.
Mhm.
He's
A
Blade.
Dampier, if you will.
Yeah. So yeah, like this one looks cool. Like if you like The Witcher, it's Witcher. Like it's pretty much Witcher, but they have like this really cool day and night cycle aspect of it where during the day you use your sword and whatnot, and then at night you can use all your vampire abilities. But like some of the choices that you make during the day, I guess you can kind of choose what missions you want to do during the day and what missions you want to do at night. And there's like obviously like consequences and all this stuff like that. I think they've been marketing the game where like the world is like ever moving. So like yeah, do with that what you will. Like there's definitely multiple playthroughs going to be involved for me because I love me a good RPG. And
Yeah.
this looks like it's going to be good. Yeah, it's set in the 14th century of the medieval Southeast Europe. Yeah, this guy, I think he gets turned into a vampire, but his girlfriend or wife or something like that gets killed by like a vampire, and now
I
he's like out for revenge.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, the trailer looked really cool and the
yeah,
vampires looked really cool.
yeah, it
I
looks
was
really
like,
cool.
"Ooh, they got the glowy eyes."
And they got the same band who did the Witcher 3 score.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's going to be very reminiscent of I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Me too. The next game is Magicians: The Devil's Deal,
That game
and
is awesome.
I want to play this game. It gives me BioShock
Yeah.
vibes.
Mhm.
Just you're just a magician. You play as Jacob Mentero, an 1890s stage magician who makes a pact with the devil to exact revenge on the rival magicians who betrayed him in Hell's infernal theaterland. That's coming out in 2027. I want to play this game. It looks fun. It also, it kind of reminds me also of Crisol that came out recently that I
Oh
have to
yeah.
finish playing.
Mhm.
But that game is also really good, Crisol.
Mhm.
You guys should check it out if you play games. And then the next one is one that our friend Alexis told us about that she was like excited to play, and it's called Grave Seasons
Oh, that the farm sim like
with a terrifying twist.
horror game thing? Yeah, that one's cool. It's like
Yes.
Stardew Valley meets like a horror game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game tasks players with managing a farm while unmasking a supernatural serial killer hiding in the idyllic mountain town of Ashen Ridge. And yeah, it looks interesting. I'm
Mhm.
not really a Stardew Valley kind of person. I also don't have a Switch, so I don't know if it's coming out on Steam. I didn't go that far into these kind of things,
Yeah.
so you're on your own for your research. But it comes out it comes out August 14th, 2026.
Yeah, I
And
think
then
it looks
the last one is something that I would like to play if we ever do a let's play on our channel
good.
at
Mhm.
some point, and it's called Silver Pines. It's an upcoming 2D Metroidvania style survivor horror game developed by Wick Elm, published by Team 17. I don't know if that means anything to you, Ramon.
Mhm.
You're more of the gamer man than I am.
Yeah, Team 17,
And
they've done some
yeah. Uh, Players step into the shoes of Red Walker, a private investigator searching for a missing musician. And, it kind of gives me a little bit of, it does give me like Silent Hill meets Twin Peaks vibes.
mhm.
And yeah, man, it comes out October 8th, 2026.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely do a little let's play for a couple, like maybe a hour or so, like promoting the
Yeah.
game and stuff.
We can talk about that
Hmm.
later in the year and maybe see how to do it next year. We did get a lot of recommendations from a lot of you You guys can still write me an essay, but whatever, you know.
Yeah. Somebody's going to do it one day, and then we're going to be like, all right, well, we got to do the thing.
I would be like, if you got to do it, Ramon, they did an essay. We got to change your schedule now. But yeah, there's a lot of ideas you guys gave us from what we've both from talking to our friends in person and to like some people that messaged us, and we appreciate the engagement. Keep it up, like and subscribe, all that shit. I guess I don't know.
All of it.
I'm bad at this.
Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on our socials. We'll have it up.
Follow
here
us on
the screen.
YouTube.
Follow us on YouTube, and keep in touch. Hit the bell notification so you can see whenever we're going to be live. We get people to be like, I don't know when you guys are going to be live. I'm like, just hit the notification, bro.
We'll let you know when.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
We don't have it comes out this month, an episode. Like the episodes come out in the month.
Yeah.
Whether they come out at the end or in the middle or in the beginning, we have lives. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to mention it, but like I did create a link tree where it is connected to our Spotify, our YouTube, and our social medias that we are a part of. And so if you want, just save that and then just click on that every once in a while, still following us on Instagram and Twitter, though Instagram seems to be the more engaging one.
Yeah.
Twitter's dying.
It's just a bunch of bots on Twitter, to be honest. But we'll be there. We'll keep you guys posted, literally, on our socials. And
And so, like, I will say our next film, which will be in July, is the 2019 film Little Monsters.
Little Monsters.
We're going to hear Raemon gush about Lupita Nyong'o. I'm kidding. It'll be me. I'll be gushing.
It'll be both of us.
It's just the whole movie. Just like, isn't she amazing and beautiful?
It'll be both of us. I love the shit out of that movie. Oh my God. I love that movie so much. I love that actress so much. She's like literally one of my favorite actors next to
she is so good.
Next to Colman Domingo. Colman Domingo is like my top tier favorite actor. I don't care nobody. So he's great.
No, you are correct, because he could be in a shitty movie, but he's the one that's giving 100% in a scene.
Yeah, he's always the best one. I'm like, my man.
So good.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh my God. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening to episode 4. We will catch you next time for episode. What's the number, Raemon?
10. I'm just kidding. 5.
Oh my God. Goodbye.
Bye.